He was a billionaire businessman, a reality TV star, and a political outsider. But in 2016, Donald J. Trump defied all odds and became the 45th president of the United States. How did it happen? What forces led to his meteoric rise? And what does it reveal about America? This is the story of the rise of Donald Trump. How he took America by storm. Chapter 1. The early years. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York City. He was the fourth of 5 children born to Fred and Mary Trump. His father, Fred Trump, was a successful real estate developer who built affordable housing in Brooklyn and Queens. From an early age, Donald showed ambition, confidence, and an intense desire to stand out. At the age of 13, Trump was enrolled at the New York Military Academy after behavioral issues at home. The structured environment suited him, and he quickly rose to the top ranks of the Cadet Corps. After high school, he attended Fordham University for 2 years before transferring to the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned a degree in economics. Chapter 2. Building the Trump Empire. In the 1970s, Donald Trump joined his father's business but soon set his sights on Manhattan. He had a vision for bigger, flashier, more luxurious developments. With bold ambition and a talent for branding, he began developing high-profile projects like the Grand Hyatt Hotel and the iconic Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue. The 1980s saw Trump become a symbol of wealth and excess. He expanded into casinos in Atlantic City, airlines, and even bought the New Jersey Generals football team. Trump wasn't just a businessman, he was a brand. Magazines, newspapers, and TV couldn't get enough of his golden lifestyle and larger-than-life persona. If you're going to be thinking anyway, you might as well think big. Chapter 3. The fall and comeback. But the 1990s were turbulent. Over-leveraged and burdened with debt, Trump's empire teetered on the edge of collapse. Several of his casinos filed for bankruptcy. The media called him finished. But Donald Trump never admitted defeat. He restructured his businesses, fought to maintain control, and leveraged his charisma to stay in the public eye. Then came 2004. The Apprentice debuted on NBC and became an instant hit. The show reintroduced Trump to a new generation, portraying him as a decisive, successful leader. His catchphrase, "You're fired," became part of pop culture. He had reinvented himself once again. Chapter 4. The birther movement and political hints. Throughout the 2000s, Trump flirted with politics, considering presidential runs in 1988, 2000, and 2012, but never pulled the trigger. However, in 2011, he thrust himself into the political spotlight by promoting the debunked birther conspiracy, claiming that President Barack Obama was not born in the United States. Though widely criticized, the move gained him immense attention among certain conservative circles. Trump was no longer just a celebrity, he was becoming a political voice. In 2012, he again hinted at a presidential run but ultimately stayed out. Still, the groundwork was laid. Chapter 5. The 2015 announcement. On June 16, 2015, Donald Trump descended the escalator at Trump Tower and announced he was running for president. Few took him seriously, but that would soon change. Trump announcement speech: when Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. The speech was controversial, inflammatory, and effective. Trump dominated headlines. His blunt style, disregard for political correctness, and outsider status resonated with many Americans who felt ignored by the political elite. Chapter 6. The primary upset. In a crowded field of 17 Republican candidates, Trump stood out. His nicknames for rivals, Low Energy Jeb, Lion Ted, Little Marco, stuck in the public consciousness. He spoke directly to voters, bypassing traditional media through Twitter. Despite backlash over comments on immigrants, women, and veterans, his support grew. By May 2016, he was the last candidate standing. He had defied every prediction. Chapter 7. The Clinton showdown. The general election pitted Trump against Hillary Clinton, a seasoned politician and former Secretary of State. Most media outlets predicted a Clinton victory, but Trump ran a populist campaign focused on immigration, trade, and law and order. His slogan, "Make America Great Again," became a rallying cry. He campaigned tirelessly, holding rallies in key swing states and attacking the political establishment. Clinton's campaign, meanwhile, underestimated Trump's appeal to working-class voters in states like Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Chapter 8. Election night shock on election night. The world watched in shock as state after state turned red. Against all odds, Donald Trump secured 304 electoral votes to Clinton's 227.
Donald G.
Trump will become the 45th president of the United States. Narrator. It was one of the biggest political upsets in modern history. For some, it was a dream come true. For others, a nightmare. Chapter 9. The Trump presidency begins. Trump's presidency began with bold executive orders, fiery rhetoric, and a deeply divided nation. He withdrew the U from the Paris Climate Agreement, implemented a controversial travel ban, and signed sweeping tax cuts into law. His use of Twitter to bypass the press was unprecedented. He frequently clashed with the media, labeling unfavorable coverage as fake news. His supporters saw a leader who spoke his mind. His critics saw chaos and division. Chapter 10. Scandals and impeachments. Trump's presidency was marked by investigations and scandals. The Mueller investigation probed Russian interference in the 2016 election. Though it did not find Trump criminally liable for collusion, it outlined numerous instances of possible obstruction. In 2019, Trump became the third president to be impeached, this time for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. The Senate acquitted him. In 2021, he was impeached again, this time for incitement of insurrection after the January 6th Capitol riot. Again, he was acquitted by the Senate. Chapter 11. The 2020 election and aftermath. In 2020, Trump faced off against Joe Biden amid a global pandemic, economic downturn, and nationwide protests over racial injustice. Though he maintained a strong base, many Americans were fatigued by the constant turmoil. Biden won both the popular vote and the Electoral College, but Trump refused to concede, claiming widespread voter fraud without evidence. On January 6, 2021, pro-Trump rioters stormed the Capitol, leading to deaths, injuries, and a national crisis. The event shocked the world and became a defining moment of Trump's presidency. Chapter 12. Trump after the White House. Even after leaving office, Donald Trump remained a dominant force in American politics. He continued to hold rallies, endorse candidates, and spread claims about the 2020 election. He launched Truth Social, his own social media platform. In November 2022, Trump officially announced his candidacy for president in 2024, setting the stage for a political comeback. Chapter 13. The Trump phenomenon. Donald Trump's rise wasn't just about one man. It reflected a shift in American society, a rebellion against political elites, media institutions, and globalization. He tapped into deep-seated frustrations and redefined what it meant to be a political leader. To supporters, he was a fighter who spoke truth to power. To critics, he was a threat to democracy. But no one can deny this. Donald Trump changed America and politics forever. Love him or hate him, Donald Trump took America by storm. And his story isn't over yet. The rise of Donald Trump. How he took America by storm. Subscribe for more in-depth documentaries.